Never mind. I'll wait for that. So okay. I know that probably is not everybody's right here for right now, but thank you for the person that jumped to the chat. I'm Real Zero, your host, and today we'll talk about both Mario Kart Tour and F Zero. I started writing like talking points for F Zero, so I kind of want to start with that first. And I don't have the best image for F Zero. I kind of just let's see. That's one right there, and it doesn't show off the gameplay of F Zero, but we'll just gloss over that. So continuing from there, we'll get the formalities out of the way. Uh, Shout out to Shin. Shin helps me out a lot. He's one of my mods, and he gosh, what else was I gonna say? Um, we talk about mental health, and yeah, so he's a great boon. He helps me out. Then we go to Shrimpy. Shrimpy's also one of good friends of mine. He helps me out. He's one of my mods. Um, so going on from there, the last one is I want to shout out for this artist. She made some work for me recently, and if you could help her get a gig or something like that, that'd be great. Um, I know I should prepare another Fiverr artist for my emotes, and where once they're mostly vetted, and at the very least, I should have led with this. I think I'm going to give away at least five gift subs right now, because I want to unlock two of the three, and hopefully everyone Shrimby gets in there, he'll gift sub some, and what's it called? That we because again I want the three emotes, but also sorry, I'm saying a lot. I kind of want to I want to also talk about F Zero and Mario Kart. Um, so bring that up, or there we go. Put it the chat, and um, where is where do you find gift subs when you're streaming by yourself? I can't seem to find it. I'm sure when Trippy gets in here, he'll probably tell me. So around here, F Zero and if you heard about the series before, it's like a futuristic racing simulator. It's very arcade like. There's like I would assume so. It's not very realistic or anything like that. I only played F Zero X, and it was I bought it on the Wii U Shop channel Wii U Shop channel, and I always think it's a fantastic game. Um, and it's incredibly difficult, but I still think it's a pretty fun game. The characters you would recognize from the game are probably not any of these goobers, but Captain Falcon for Smash Brothers. Captain Falcon is a guaranteed spot on the um no, you in Smash, and then Samurai Goro is an assist trophy, at least in Brawl. I don't remember for Smash Ultimate if he's still an assist trophy. Um, and then But yeah, those two characters, and then there's a lot of trophies, and I think spirits slash, and I don't remember stickers that depict a lot of other characters from F Zero. A lot of the white pictures, that's usually a 3D model of said character from I think at least F Zero GX that was on the GameCube, and so uh most of the characters that transferred to GameCube or had a presence on GameCube, they look a little bit better. But F Zero X is probably one of the worst illustrations in the game or in the game series, because those characters are just they're designed with like too much in mind. Um, but yeah, F Zero X is great because you have like 30 people on the. Thank you very much, Shrimpy. Thank you very much, Shrimpy. Thank you very much, Shrimpy. So yeah, how do I find it on mobile? Do I have to do it on PC or because I can understand it doing it on PC, but sorry, all this is new and exciting and all that. Shrimpy, you still there? Do I just let me see if I just do gift sub or subscription? it didn't show any of my information right, guys. I just want to make sure. Um, uh, so, uh, sorry, what was I gonna say? Oh, I think I was gonna say something about did the stream just crash? Okay, never mind. Sorry, I forgot. 30 seconds behind, right? Um, about F Zero, it's a fantastic game. Hopefully, everything's going fine. Okay, well, I'll look at it later. Well, thank you again for jumping in. Um, F Zero. Again, it's a game where like you raise like 29 other people. There are 30 people on the road. It's pretty cool. Um, you're going and like you look at the speed or whatever. You're going like 3,000 miles per hour. It's pretty crazy. I should have really just put a picture of the racing there, but I couldn't. I don't know what my thought process was. Um, there I was gonna say I'll get this out of the way first because this is one of the big things. The character illustrations that are in F Zero X, they look really awful because they show too much, and I don't think they had too much restraint. So that's how most of the characters look in the game. Um, or at first on the character select screen, it shows your car, and then when you pick the car, it shows one of these guys. So they don't look super great. Um, Other than that, F Zero had a lot of like uh F Zero for the most part is kind of interesting because it had a lot of characters for like its day. Like it had 30 characters versus like other fighting games, which most fighting games have more than that today, like Smash Ultimate um and like Marvel versus Capcom or something like that. So thank you very much, Mango. I think the only other thing I was gonna say was there are a lot of numerous funny aspects of it that are I think are great. Most of the time the announcer says after the first lap you got boost power. Boost and energy are your same things, so you need to conserve your energy in order to finish each race. So you'll lose energy each time you crash into a wall. Thank you for dropping by, Yuri. So you'll lose energy by crashing into a wall or boosting. So that's the only bad thing. So you have to conserve your energy as well. Um, it has a weird there's a weird glitch that both this game and I think Mario Kart 64 have, where it's uh I think when you play like multiplayer with 3 or 4 people, or even I think 2 people in the Wii U version or Wii Shop version or whatever, um it like the sound cancels out. So I think it's just a bug or a glitch that they didn't intend for. But again, I don't know if they fixed it. Um, F Zero X also had a crazy thing where sorry, just making sure I'm talking. Or making sure the microphone is on. And uh there was an attachment for the N64 that was called the 64 like I think DD or something like that, and it was like a disc add-on. Like it ran CDs kind of like the PlayStation did, and it never released outside of Japan. It failed commercially, but if you attached it to F Zero X, it had like the like you could make your own cars and you could make your own tracks, um, and it had an additional of a cup to play. So it was kind of a big deal, but unfortunately it failed, and we'll never know about it unless they have an N64, mini like the Nintendo or the NES and the Super NES. So, um, yeah, F Zero X. I swear it's probably the funniest thing. I don't know if it's because when I played it I was a noob or something, but I swear Captain Falcon has the worst uh vehicle because his vehicle doesn't handle well, and his rival or whatever, Samurai Goro, he his vehicle has much better handling. So I always played as Samurai Goro. So but I think it's the funniest thing that Captain Falcon, the main character of F Zero or whatever, he his I swear his vehicle doesn't is not great, and I dislike it very much. So um but yeah, there's a tons of characters. Again, I think the worst character there is that monkey guy on the top left, and next to the monkey guy is a guy called Mr. Ead. He's supposed to like resemble Mario in a sense because he's kind of fat. He has the Mario star on his belt, and he has like a big mustache like that. And there's another character that's supposed to be a parody too, of and I didn't put his picture there. His name's like James McLeod, and he's supposed to be like Star Fox or whatever. So there's two like parody guys like that in the game. But other than that, they're all these characters over here are just like over the top, and they're ridiculous looking. So um I think that's honestly uh I almost like talked enough about F Zero X because I was like trying to think about like what else to talk about, and then I'm going like, oh well, I talked about it enough, maybe like 10-15 minutes, and I think that's more than what the game deserves. So um now we're going on the Mario Kart Tour. I played a little bit of Mario Kart Tour when it came out. And unfortunately, that was like on the last gen iPod, so it got really hot really fast. I was really excited with Mario Kart Tour because Daisy is one of the starting characters, so she got into the game faster than some other characters. Like Luigi wasn't even part of the first characters in Mario Kart Tour, so um, but also I think even like this year, they even had Daisy have two additional costumes as well. She has this fairy costume, which is okay, and then she has this like kimono costume that's really bright orange. Oh wait, my bad. I should put that up because I forgot to do that. Here it is. So yeah, she has this bright orange costume that is one of the most recent ones, and I think it looks absolutely fantastic. Um, I think there's a great appeal about Mario Kart Tour because what's it called? They added a lot of characters that were not primarily part of the what's it called? That have not been part of the series before, and just checking. Um, and what was I gonna say? Like the lady in Super Mario Odyssey, Pauline, she was originally part of the first game, Donkey Kong, but then she never came back. So she came back not just in Super Mario Odyssey, but she's a playable character in Mario Power Stars Tennis or something. I think that's on the Wii U or something, or the Switch. And or the yeah the newest one is the Switch. So it's and then she got another playable appearance as Mario Kart Tour. So um, they wanted to promote her as much as possible. And then a lot of other old characters as well, as Dixie Kong from the Donkey Kong series is there as well. And there's another character, I think his name is King Bomb. So yeah, they added a ton of characters. Um, and what else was I going to say? Uh, and each character or each specific costume that they have a unique power set for them, which is pretty cool. Um, the only thing, or I was also gonna say is it's great to that they allowed a lot of the other characters who have different costumes, so that they kind of evade that. I think that TV trope of just having the same costume every time. So um, I'm pretty I'm pretty Mario Kart Tour is pretty like a great idea. Also, the fact that it kind of was similar to a Sonic game where you auto drive and then the motion controls you only go to the right or left. So it's pretty simple to play and to learn. I had a lot of difficulty when playing it, so I wasn't that great. But yeah, other than that, it's a pretty great game, and if you have a chance to download it, try downloading it. It's fun. Uh, what time are we at? I was going to say, we can talk a little bit more about racing games in general. I would say probably if you have Xbox, and I know it's on different consoles now, but Sonic Racing it's kind of enjoyable. It's again nothing is going to be as as well as well handled as Mario Kart. Nothing's going to be, and a lot of people have that preconception. But yeah, that was pretty fun. Even though I know a lot of people's complaints stem from uh gosh, what I was gonna say, from having other Sega characters in the game than not just Sonic characters. So it's an okay game for what it was. Um, and also with Xbox, if you ever played Forza, Forza is a pretty fun game. It's a lot of people probably are, have may play it and then think it's too realistic, but I think that's kind of the appeal of the racing game as well. Because I really enjoyed it. I would used to put Initial D songs in the background and drift with the what's it called? The 8.6. So that was always I'm sorry, I was a super nerdy thing of me. But then also I was a fan of the anime series at the time, Bobobo, and I painted him and his yellow fro on the front of the car, and I made that orange sun guy on the like middle of the car, and then on the bumper I had uh the blue jelly jiggler guy, and the little white guy, and the girl with the pink hair beauty. So I love that series for a time, but I put that on the car too. So I had a lot of fun. I only drove on like two courses the whole time. One was like the Swiss Alps type thing, and that was a fun to get a big drift going on a long stretch of road. And then there's a one just for called Prague, and that's always a great course to drift around. Um, I didn't realize I was going to talk through about them as fast as possible, but if anybody's still here, what are your favorite racing games, guys? So, because now that I think about it, I haven't been as well, what's it called? uh, I guess talking to you, talking to you guys in the audience. So, what are your favorite racing games? I know Crash Team Racing. A lot of people like that one, and I have never played it, but it looked okay. Um, I know. I'm surprised now I think about it that since like Activision owns, Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, I'm surprised that Spyro is not a character in Crash, and, vice versa, because it's like they have the what's it called? Uh, they have the Skylander series, and I always remember that Skylanders were was was always like a thing that almost rivaled Pokemon. Oh yeah, Shrimpy. Um, that wasn't. Oh wait, no, never mind. Sorry. Rockstar developed Midnight Club, right? So never mind. Need for Speed has always been like an EA developed one, right, or produced or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head. So I kind of remember that Ridge Racer. I only played the demo of Ridge Racer, but I thought that was really fun for some reason. I don't know why. And even then, I blasted initial D music on that. I know that's super lame, but I only had the chance to play. I got you, Yuri. Um, uh, Burn. I forgot. I tried out Burnout Paradise, and I remember that was pretty solid. I can't remember if Jet Moto was like what's it called? Wave Wave Racer, right? Or I think if I remember correctly, I think there was a but yeah, I have no like mental picture of Jet Moto, so I'm sorry about that, Devo. Um, but yeah, I've seen some of the modern Needs for Speeds. That one Need for Speed recently was what's it called? Uh, I had like the live action stuff, and I think that was really like off putting. So if you guys played that one, um, Mango, if you're still there, do you have a favorite racing game? And if you I know it's probably the most obscure game that I'm probably going to bring up, but it's not technically a racing game, but you can unlock like a micro machine-esque thing in this game, and it's called Supermarket Shriek, and the game is all right. I'll check that out in a second, Yuri. um but yeah, it was called Supermarket Shriek, and you and a goat were in a shopping cart, and by pressing both the RT and LT, you could move forward by screaming. And I never tried it because I feel like I would just look like an absolute like crazy person. But uh oh yeah, uh that's great, Mango. Yeah, because yeah, Mario Kart probably my favorite, and well, maybe not favorite. Well, I would possibly say like Double Dash maybe for favorite Mario Kart, but yeah, Mario Kart definitely is up there for racing games. Um, what was I gonna say? But yeah, Supermarket Shriek is it's kind of funny. It gets really frustrating because the controls are not great. So a lot of times you'll fall or get crushed or something like that. So um but yeah, but you can play Supermarket Shriek by actively screaming into your microphone, and I don't want to try that because I don't know how loud you have to be for it to work. And you can play co-op with another person as well, so I think it would get absolutely like crazy listening to something like that. So, and again, like I was saying, I don't know how loud you have to be, but you can unlock like a Micro Machine S thing, like top down racer, and it's kind of entertaining. Again, it's really difficult because again the controls are not tight, so yeah, it's not super great, but just kind of like food for thought type thing. Um, if you played on Xbox, if I remember correctly, there was a game called I are you talking about how it's like the N64 Rainbow Road where you can like jump off and like get tons of distance or whatever, or like the N64 one where it's Wario Stadium and you can hop over the wall and get tons of distance. And I know my brother would do that all the time, and I call him a cheater for doing it. But I know it's I just joke. Um, Apparently on Wario Stadium too, or Wario Stadium as well, there's a second place you can jump like off the wall or off one of the walls, and you can get even farther. And I know it's like that one's even harder to do, but the I think the first wall jump is comparative or is comparatively easy compared to the second one. Um, but I I remember it's like I think for the Wii U Mario Kart, there's uh I think that's the most difficult one because you could fall off a lot, and or Wii U slash Switch Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. You have a really hard time. You can have a hard time because you can fall off a lot. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, yeah. No, you're right. You can fall off a lot of Rainbow Road, and yeah. What's it called? Um, I remember. I think a lot of the ghost stages, like in '64, or like the ghost valleys, they have that's a hard time playing that one because you can fall off a lot. Um, I know it's probably the weirdest one to say, but the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe version of the Super Nintendo Rainbow Road, that's probably my favorite because uh it reminds me of my grandmother a lot. So, and my grandmother is really important to me. So, um but what else was I gonna say? Is there any other racing games of note that I could say? Technically, it's not a racing game, but there's another game that I bought for my brother recently, and I was super bummed that it was, or I was super bummed that it was basically busted in the final leg of the race. Um, but there's a game that if you guys remember, the show MXC, there was a game based on something like that, or MXC Most Extreme Elimination Challenge, where it was people dubbed over with their goofy English voices, and uh, but they made a game called Nippon Marathon, and it's probably fine for parties, like if you're playing amongst yourselves. And unfortunately, it's another game where it's local co-op or it's local playing only. There's no servers because I know servers probably cost an arm and a leg. Um, Gosh, what was I gonna say? But yeah, Nippon Marathon is like you're running across like all these goofy objectives. You can toss like pineapples at one another. I think. Um, but why I say there's like a fatal bug because I was watching my brother play the whole time because again unfortunately I can't play video games. Um, oh, for Nippon Marathon Yuri, because yeah because like there's a fatal bug where it's like in the finale if you fall during that last like sprint or whatever, and I don't know if they ever fix it on Steam, but I know on Xbox it's unfixed, and I think they made their second game, and I'm not trying to be rude to them or anything, but I wish they would have fixed their game. So, but it's like if you fall during that final stretch and the computer finishes, you just get infinite loading, and it's awful. I wish they would have fixed that bug. So, um, but what else? Is there any other racing game to bring up? Oh, or right, that was the last one I was gonna bring up, and I really wanted to have more multiple chances with it because well, one of the times we went, or I think at the end of high school. Okay, I think I got you, Yuri. Um, uh, what was I gonna say? Um, but I really wanted multiple chances with the Initial D arcade machines. We went to a local amusement park for my friend's birthday, and uh, I picked manual, and it's really difficult with that game because I was really, or it's probably not difficult if you play it more than once, but like I was really um I was really bad at it. So I picked manual. It was my first time playing, and I swear I was like driving into a wall the whole time because like I wasn't good at driving. So, but but yeah, and the Initial D arcade machine. I wish they port that on like a modern console or something like that. And it'd probably be on PlayStation. Hopefully, it'd be on Steam, but and I think Sega owns the rights to that too. So I'm always like, I feel like that would make them, tons of money. Why don't they ever like put them on, Steam or whatever or PlayStation? Because I think it's like the Xbox is such an increasingly tough sell for Japanese developers. So that's why it's like you always see weird games like again like Earth Defense Force 2025 where you're shooting at like giant ants or whatever, or Enchanted Arms, or even main series like again like Final Fantasy 13, or